Now let's look at maritime lien. So maritime lien, or rather the law of maritime lien, originated from the Lex Maritime. Lex Maritime basically means maritime law that codified portion of the Lex Mercatoria. Lex Mercatoria is a law merchant which resisted the intrusion of the common law court. So maritime lien is not the principle of common law. That means it is not created by common law. It is actually the merchant people created the law, and traditionally, or it is a tradition that is being followed and later on is being codified, is made into a law. That is to say, the maritime lien is not a common law concept, nor is it a common law remedy, and is in reality, the maritime lien is a right, a privilege in the codified civilian tradition. Right? Again, it is a right, a privilege, but we will look at it further. If you look at 7.6.2, a traditional maritime lien is a secured right peculiar to maritime law. It is a privilege against a property, for example, a ship, or just now I mentioned the race, which attaches and gains priority without any court action or any deed or any registration. Yes, when you carry out a maritime lien action, you don't need any court action or any is sold to another owner who may not know of the existence of the lien. So we have when you invoke a maritime lien action on a race, for example, on the ship, it follows the ship like a shadow. Even though you sell the ship to another buyer, the maritime lien still follow. It's like a ghost, a shadow. In this sense, the maritime lien is a secret lien, which has no equivalent in the common law. Rather, it fulfills the concept of a privilege under the civil law and the Lex Mercatoria. Right? The civil law, of course, is a civil law system, which Singapore, we are not a civil law system country, we are common law, right? But maritime lien has got element from the civil law tradition. But take note in 7.6.2, that means the maritime lien attached to the ship wherever the ship goes. It is useless. That another person will suffer, right? Because the maritime lien will follow the ship to the new owner, and the new owner will still subject to legal action by the aggrieved party or by the plaintiff. Therefore, it is encumbrance. It is an encumbrance a ship or collateral or other rates like cargo and freight, which accrues from the travel secretly with the race. It survives any change of ownership of the race and is carried into effect by an action in rem. Right? Maritime lien, you not only attach, you can also bring an action in rem to it. It bring an action in rem means you arrest the race. But do remember, any lien action or any action for lien purpose, they are the race will not survive, all right, after they are being sold. So remember, one lien is gone. So normally who will sell the property? The court. Okay, the court. Because when you arrest the ship, later part is to force the person who owe you money to pay you. If they want their ship or they want to release the ship, they have to pay you, right? If they don't pay you and there's certain time frame given, and if the time expires, usually the court will sell the ship, and it is called a judicial sale. Once the judicially sold, all rights of lien is gone. Okay, look at 7.6.4. A party entitled to maritime lien is not only able to utilize the action in rem to give effect to it. Action in rem is arresting the race, but is also accorded higher priority vis-a-vis other maritime claimants, and so enjoys a better chance of having its claims satisfied and proceeds of sale of the vessel to meet all the claims made against the race. What does that mean? Let's say for example, is being sold by the court. A lot of creditor will want a piece of the sale, right? But usually it is not enough to divide the proceed of sale to everyone. But if your claim is a maritime lien claim, you will have a priority to take some proceed of sale. So maritime lien is so powerful. So what is maritime lien then? Which I in Singapore, claims which are recognized to give rise to maritime liens consist of salvage, damage done by a ship, seamen's and master's wages, bottomry, and master's disbursement. So there are 5 claims that falls under the claim of maritime lien. One of them is seamen's and master's wages. If the ship owner owe the captain and his crew salary, right? And the captain arrests the action in rem, and it is a maritime lien action in rem. So if the ship owner still don't pay the master and his crew, the master can sell the ship. And when the master sell the ship, their salary will rank at a higher priority. That means they will definitely get something as compared to other creditor. Because when you arrest a race, you are not the only person arresting the race. Other creditor who hear about that, they will also come. They will also tell the court, the ship owner still owe me money. For example, bunker supplier will show proof to the court and say, the ship owner owe me some bunker money that I've supplied, right? The ship chandler may come, oh, I supplied them provision and they still owe me. So it's like, I like to use the gross analogy of like a vampire, you know, or a prey. Let's say a hyena got a victim. There are so many hyena also coming, want a piece of the. So if you are the maritime lienee, that means your claim falls under one of these 5 that I have just mentioned. You will have a higher priority as compared to the bunker claimant or the ship chandler who claim, right? Or even the bank, right? Sometimes bank will want to claim because the ship owner still owe the bank some mortgage. 7.6.6 say it is very common for the parties to a contract of carriage to make express provision for a lien, whether under a bill of lading or charter party. So this is pertain to contract. In most of the charter party, there will be a lien clause. In your notes, example of lien clause is given to you through the GenCon. GenCon is a voice charter party, and the NYPE 93. NYPE 93 is a time charter party. Okay, you should go to the BIMCO website from Singapore Polytechnic web portal and try to download a copy and check out where is the lien clause. And the last section, 7.6.7, we will talk a little bit on the damaged lien or damaged maritime lien. A damaged lien comes within the subject of Admiralty jurisdiction as it amounts to damage done by a ship. Meaning, damage done by a ship is not just merely a maritime lien. right? If you look at 7.6.5, damage done by a ship is the maritime lien. Damage done by a ship is also a statutory lien if you look at the High Court Admiralty Jurisdiction Act, Section 31D. All right, please go and have a look. I will not show on the screen again. And with all claims vested, the damage done by a ship claim can be enforced by an action in rem against the ship which is encumbered with it. But you have to satisfy two conditions. Right? In order for you to claim a damage done by a ship claim, a damage done by a ship claim is usually collision claim. Let's say your ship collided with another party's ship, and actually you found that your ship is not wrong, it's not so blameworthy as compared to the other ship, but the other ship owner did not want to pay you. So you may want to invoke a damage done by a ship claim by arresting the other party's ship. But you have to fulfill two conditions. The first condition is the damage must be the result of a wrongful or negligent act or maneuver by persons engaged in the navigation or management of the ship. And the second criteria or second condition is the ship must be the actual instrument by which damage is done. In fact, condition number 2 can be found in the common law of Curry against McKnight. So remember, for a damage lien or damage done by a ship claim, which is a maritime lien claim, you must fulfill these two conditions. With that, please look at the next video for the next chapter, which is the sister ship arrest.